Gotta go this way.
Oh my God.
Hey everybody, Chris with Legendary Customs. I hope you have been following this build. If you like what you see, hit the like button below. Hit us with a comment, that'd be awesome. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. You are looking at the front end and you are thinking 1971 Camaro. Well, you have something else coming at you, which you'll see coming up when we start going through the features. But this car is absolutely legendary. It's beautiful. The color in the sun is just stunning. I just can't say enough about this car. All right, you know, it's one of them days today, and this build has been one of those builds. It was our first build through COVID, and we're here today. Zach drove this car for the very first time today, 37 miles. It was awesome. It was amazing. The power was amazing. But I think after the long day that I've had today, I have to do something. I have something in the fridge up here at the shop at all times for days like this. I don't get into it very often, but today I'm going to. So yeah, 1 second. I'll be right back. This stuff is as smooth as it gets. It's a local company actually. And what the heck, today I'm going to promote somebody local. Somewhere. I'm going to make a Bloody Mary. So, Fieldnotes is actually made right here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. They have amazing smooth vodka. That's what is always in the fridge up here. Kathy loves their gin for their gin and tonics. They have 2 types of whiskeys that are very, very smooth. And they also have a coffee whiskey. Just some awesome stuff. And the build that we went through, and to get to today, and how my day went, I'm going to do this a little bit different than I have in the past. This is the best. Let's get back to the car. All right, back to this amazing car. Okay, this car has been named the legacy car. And the reason why that is it's very, very, very important. Here at Legendary Customs, we do things more for the memories and for the history of things than for the cars themselves. And this car is a great example of that. Stephanie's father purchased this car brand new in 1981. And it was something that Stephanie remembers to this very day. When she was a child, she would have the pillow in the back seat, blanket, and just sleep in the car when they were going from place to place. And the memories in this car are just amazing. Actually, when we were doing the clean out of this car, when we were dismantling it, we found a ring that she remembers when she was in the car as a child. We found several different things that just made her memory go back to when her father and her were together cruising around in this car. Her father has passed away, and that is why it's the legacy car. So a car like this, you really can't put a price on it, but it is all about the memories. Now, as you're gonna see, we have changed a couple things about it. So what we have is a 1981 Camaro. If you want, go all the way back to the beginning and watch to how it came to this point. It has been an amazing journey. There's been many changes since we started. It was going to have the original engine installed in it, and we changed to a blueprint engine. We kept it a little bit on the mellow side with 535 horsepower in their aluminum 6.2 displacement LS3 motor, and it is just amazing. The interior, as you're going to see when we go through it, is 100% factory underneath what Steph has chosen for a custom interior. So it has a little bit of old school with a double diamond stitch, as you will see, in a deep blue, which matches the car perfectly, with a light suede interior, along with a little bit lighter around the outside. So there's a lot of things that we're going to get to. Keep watching, there's a lot to come. Let's start going through it one by one. Well, this is a little different than it came from the factory. 1981 Camaro was built during the oil embargo years, where Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, everybody had to cut back on horsepower. Well, to cut back on horsepower to get more mileage out of your vehicles, well, this bad boy, as a sports car, came with a whopping 190 horsepower. Well, the Blueprint engine is a little bit more than that. 535 horsepower is what the dyno read off the sheet that came with it, and it is filling this engine cavity just beautifully. A true cold air intake that's blocked off from the engine heat, and we've changed out the radiator to a full aluminum radiator, and then right in front of that is, from Vintage Air, a modern air conditioning system in this old 81 Camaro. So, it sounded really weird saying this old 81 Camaro because there's nothing old about it. It's all new. But anyway, so it has Vintage Air and it keeps it rocking cold inside. We do have on the front of this the CFV pulley system. So it's a serpentine belt and it's just looks beautiful. Now, you're sitting here, you've heard me say 81 Camaro, 81 Camaro, 81 Camaro, and many of you are probably looking at this front end saying, what in the hell is he talking about? This guy knows nothing about cars, nothing whatsoever. Well, 1981 through, 1970 through 1981, believe it or not, the hood remained the same through that whole run of the second generation Camaro. So, we are using the original hood from 81 with the original Z-28. I'll call it a cold air intake on the top because it actually used to open and close with, when you gave it the gas, it opened up and let in cold air. So this is the original hood. But as you can see, one of the most iconic front ends, in my opinion, in the second generation Camaro, which in my opinion, probably, the first generation is awesome, but the second generation, 70, the split bumper, really gave some class to these cars. And how, when you're building a car like this, how can you not put a split bumper on it? Go back in the videos, watch, but we altered the front end to make the split bumper fit, and it fits beautifully. So you have the old school badges. We did paint protection on this, which I'll show you as we get around the corner. So when we did the paint protection, we had to take the Z-28 emblems off that we had on, but they are going to be put back on. Nice red accents, which goes off of the calipers for the front disc brakes that are red. Just amazing. So when you go to car shows with this, or when they're cruising around, people are going to see a split bumper coming at them, and anybody that knows Camaros are going to look at the ass end going by and say, there's something not quite right. Because in the early first generation, you had chrome front and rear bumpers. We used the original factory bumper on this, which is a urethane or rubber bumper. So it doesn't look right, but it looks right, and it keeps the legacy theme going. So it's her dad's car. just with a little bit of a twist on it. Memories. Okay. Wheels. And wait a minute. Good stuff. Okay, the wheels. The wheels are the shoes of the ride. They are just as important as the paint color in a lot of people's eyes. Stephanie knew exactly what she wanted when she saw them. And it wasn't these. Now, in the end, these are so dang close to what she wanted that side by side, you really don't know the difference. But these wheels are from Riddler. As you can see, they're a bright chrome. Riding on Michelin's. They are 20-inch. So they are a larger wheel than what came from the factory. But I believe her choice of this Riddler wheel is perfect. Behind them is the drilled and slotted disc brakes with, again, the red caliper, which pulls in the red badge that's on the hood, the Camaro. And right here, we're putting a modern Z-28 that has the Z in red, so it kind of pulls everything together. A little bit of old school, a little bit of new school. Now, let's go to the interior, because this is where a lot of stuff comes to life. This interior is short of amazing. So, long and short, what we have always done is we have went to Matt up at Rags in Onalaska, Wisconsin, and with him, myself, and most importantly, our clients sit down and say, what are you looking for in an interior? And they started out with a stock interior for about 35 seconds. And then when they knew that the opportunity was literally opened up to whatever they would like, and they started to look at different colors and options, this is what they came up with. And with this deep blue, and I believe we have named this color Legendary Midnight Sapphire Blue. You'll see more to come about that. But with this deep blue color, the colors that Steph and Max picked are perfect. They're very, very complementary. And the stitching on this is a double diamond stitch. And that is done in a deep navy blue thread. And between those things and just the small details that Matt really picked up from the exterior of the car and brought into the interior, just rock. I mean, it's just amazing. All the way down to the billet steering wheel that they chose. The color of the leather wrap is just perfect for this interior. We color coded the dash to this light tan, and then you'll see when we pan across, the gauges are actually odometer gauges. So they're an old school twist with the modern electronics hooked up with the LS motor and the modern transmission. And it's just old school with new school mixed with the very modern electronics in the background. But this is a standard stock 1981 Camaro seat. New foam for comfort. The exact same pattern to keep the original look, but what they and Matt designed and put together, just amazing. The door cards are very similar to what they came with from the factory, only on the cutoff points. But what Matt designed for the inset with the double diamond stitch, it just nailed it. So again, beautiful original legacy car for the blue and the look, but they put their own twist on it. So all of the memories that Stephanie had when she was little, they're all still there. But she sat down, put a lot of thought into this along with her husband, and came up with this custom interior for the new memories to begin and to go forward. So the legacy car is amazing. We have the old vintage Air. They sent brand new electronics for the air conditioning and the heater, the HVAC system inside of here. The autometer gauges, the panel that they sent in brushed aluminum, has everything in the positions that they belong in from 1981, so it just all fits. One thing that this car has that wasn't available back in 1981 is we put in modern charging ports for their phones. Pioneer rocking stereo system in this, so this car not only looks good, but it sounds amazing. The exact original shifter is in here, and we did put a totally custom center console. And what the center console is for looks, but it's also for functionality. We've hidden inside of here the computers for the engine, the computer for the transmission, and the computer and fuse box for both of them. So the brand new wire harness that we put in, brand new electronics, is in its stock place, but under here, all of the new stuff that we added is hidden, and to the average person, you don't even know it's there. So let's go to the rear end, let's check that out. All right, we are at the classy ass end, is what I'm gonna call it. Okay, this is classic 1980s. In 1980, they did change over from a lot of chrome to some rubber bumpers. Some people say it's a big turnoff. Some people say it's a huge improvement. What I would say is on this car, it is the perfect curveball, because at a car show or going down the road, anybody behind this car that knows Camaros is gonna say classic early 80s. And this just screams it. We're using the original taillights, the original Z-28 emblem right in the middle. Behind that, my first car was a 1963 Buick LeSabre. To fill the gas, you had to tilt down the license plate. On this one, you have to open a door. Z-28, classic. Now, sticking out the rear are two monster polished stainless steel 3-inch exhaust pipes. From that LS engine into some beautiful stainless steel headers and polished stainless steel all the way to the back. Gives this a beautiful note.
Gotta go this way.
Oh my God.
It's a dance, guys.
That's right. Probably going better than our wedding dance, Okay. Come on. Okay, so here's the steering wheel.
Oh, okay, so we're facing this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get in. Watch your head. You got it. Turn.
Hey.
Let me shut it.
All right, shut the door. Now, your hand.
Close.
Let go. All right, are we good to crank it over?
Yeah.
All right,
Can I do it right now?
turn the
good. That's like good. That's good for the soul.
That is good for the soul. That sounds so beautiful.
Max, your car with the 1981 rear end, the 1971 front end, the 1981 T-tops, the beautiful custom interior that the two of you designed along with Matt, and the rocking Pioneer stereo that you guys chose is 100% legendary.
Hey, thanks, Chris. Yep, appreciate you.
Everyone out there on the internet that is watching this right now, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Again, if you like what you see, please subscribe. That helps us out tremendously. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and keep following us on our YouTube channel because there is a lot more coming. Comment down below. Thanks for watching. Chris with Legendary Customs, based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. See you on the next episode.